Qumran scriptures, the Dead Sea Scrolls and their dictionaries and manuals of discipline and everything remained in those caves for 2,000 years. And this is how they were discovered. 2 Bedouin shepherds, and I believe they were cousins, were out tending their sheep at the base of the cliffs where the caves were. And like little kids, they were having contests and they were seeing how far up the cliff they could throw a stone. Well, one time they threw a stone up and it never returned. And they hear this kind of a clink, like something broke. Well, they started thinking, I wonder what that was, because you didn't hear a lot of that in the desert. It was all sand. And they thought, maybe there's a treasure there. Maybe we hit something with a lot of gold in it and everything. So like 2 kids, they started climbing up the cliff, and they got to that cave. Now, this is what had happened. It had been sealed up for almost 2,000 years in camouflage. But the winds and everything eventually was wearing away the camouflage. And it opened up a small hole, and their stone had gone through that and hit a large clay jar in which were stored scrolls. And it was so brittle after 2,000 years, they immediately broke, and the jar fell all over the ground. That's what they heard. Well, they went in there, and they were so disappointed. There was no treasure. But they had these old sticks that were kind of blackened and everything, not knowing they were worth millions. They were scrolls. So they took these, and they beat their sheep with them and used them as canes and everything else. Well, it ended up they went back to their village, and it went from one person to another. Finally, one of these scrolls got into the hands of an antique dealer. And when he looked at it, and he started around and said, this is a treasury. And he realized it was worth so much money. Well, they went back, and they found scores of scrolls in not only that cave, but other caves, which were worth millions of dollars, and one of the great archaeological discoveries of history. But what is interesting is, what exactly did they find? And then second, how does that discovery reflect upon the accuracy of the Jewish scribes?